Welcome to the podcast. I am Minagano Kape, and it is a special edition. Today we are recording from the Jonglei-GPAA Women's Conference. The conference has brought together women's representatives from the Bridges of Peace, from the Women's Protection Team, Habarze, and Women's Association from this region. In the conference, most of the sessions has been facilitated by the facilitators of the Bridges of Peace. And today we are going to have a discussion with them about the Bridges of Peace program, but also about the experiences so far in the conference. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself. We'll start from my right.
Okay. I by the name called Doroka Aluel from the Bridges of Peace facilitator of Greater Ball.
I'm Obar, Korok, Bridges of Peace facilitator, Greater Ball.
Thank you.
I'm Rosial, Bridges of Peace facilitator, Greater Kobo.
So thank you all for joining me today. And as always, we start the POFcast by reflecting on things that made us think about peace throughout the week. So we'll start with you, Rose.
Okay, what makes me think of peace? It's when I see women from Jonglei and from GPA coming together for the first time, make me think of peace.
Amazing. Thank you, Rose. Anna?
Peace is when women are right to speak. Just like how women have decided to come up together and hear the voices of each another. I think that is peace because they have right to speak.
Thank you, Aluel.
What makes me think of peace every time from my experience of facilitation from different communities, it's the power of grassroots, where bring a women from different communities for them to discuss about their nature, discussion and cultural notes on the process of peace building. Well, from the experience that we have been in our country, we have a lot of political peace agreement that have been raised, but it hasn't reached to the deep villages. So, for my thought, those villagers, they are the agents of peace.
Thank you, Aluel, the power of grassroots. And to me, one thing that made me think about peace this week is the power of music in uniting people and bringing people together. For the last 2-3 days that we are in this conference, whenever they play one song, all the women from the different communities will come and dance and hold each other hands, irrespective of where the music is coming from. So that really made me think about peace. But I would like to pick from the point that you have shared, Doroka, on the power of grassroots. And I think the Bridges of Peace program work with women at the grassroots. So maybe let's begin by you sharing with us, what is the Bridges of Peace program all about?
The Bridges of Peace program, it's a program, it's an initiative program that creates a space, a safe space for women to come together and speak about their ethnic background. Now it's women from different ethics background to discuss about their pains and their challenges and their positive ways of building peace in their families and in their community as well.
Maybe addition to that is that Bridges of Peace program create a safe space for women to interact and to listen to one another, as Doroka said. So this is how Bridges of Peace works.
Yeah, and also it helps women to know how to learn how to serve themselves, to do things, to work for themselves. For women to be strong, go out and work for themselves.
Yeah, creating safe spaces for women and supporting women to do things for themselves, to be self-resilient, and looking at our communities and the communities that you come from. Um, a women's salon space is it's not a common thing. So how was the program received by the communities when you introduced the program to your communities?
Okay. The program was received positively in the community. Uh, they were they were happy because they heard that women are going to have safe space alone to discuss their issues. So they welcome the program positively. Especially women were very happy. Yeah.
When for the past time when we introduced this program, we started in Billboard County. When we introduced the program, first people were confused, but after the second day, people appreciate the program. They welcome it positively, as my colleagues said, whereby they share what affect them. Let's say for instance, in Maniran, when it was through story sharing or journey sharing, a woman who was having a bitter thing in her heart was able to share what was inside her, what was hitting her heart. For instance, she said that she wanted to commit a suicide, just like a woman who committed a suicide 2 days before we start our program. So she said that the program really has impact to her because she could have been a dead person now, but with the program that when we introduced the program, it really helped her, and I think by that the community received it in positive way. Thank you.
Part of the when we introduced as the Bridges of Peace program for people in my community, you know, a first time thing, you know, and this Bridges of Peace program was like a dream to others, you know, because they didn't expect that there will be a day whereby they will mobilize women, only women to stay alone and converse by themselves, you know. When we introduced it to the local authorities, it was like, maybe it was like a joke, but seeing, because we didn't only go to any woman in the community, but we related from the women. And those women that we did were the leaders of that community. So when we talked about the Bridges of Peace program, whereby they came together, most of the leaders were just named, but in a deep in their heart, they have never spoke out. You know, they were appreciating the program because they pour their heart out. It's like someone who was in a very dark place, and they have opened the door for that person to come out and breathe. You know. So most of those women, they were leaders, they were appointed just to lead other people to do things, but what from their heart they have never spoke. But during the program, they spoke of their pain and about their challenges they are facing in their community, and them personally as a person. Most of them were in pain, others were overwhelmed by the child abduction in their communities and the death of their beloved one, and these are natural disaster. You know, others were overwhelmed where you can't even think of yourself, but you think of how is this community going to change. You think of who is going to change the community instead of you, you know. But say, during the Bridges of Peace program, whereby we speak about the inner healing, forgiveness, and pain to purpose, you know, they started, they even knew that all those things were in them, but nobody ever asked them to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting, the concept of safe space, the concept of storytelling, the concept of allowing people a space to share, and also building a community of women. So if you can tell us more about some of the initiatives that the women were able to take by themselves as a result of being part of this circles, because I've tried to follow your work for a little bit and I've had some of this reflection. If you can share some of them.
Okay. The outcome of this program, it has made some women to keep that sisterhood that they have got from on the sample. Let's say, for instance, in a kilo per yam, when we finish the 3-day samples, that's the British of Peace program, they decided that maybe if they go back to the community, they will be scattered and they will not get one another. So they decided to come up with a farm, which later turned out to be the farm later supported the VSLA, the Village Saving and Loan, which they've already started. So they decided to come up with a small piece of land. They dig small piece of land where they plant different type of crops. Later, they sell it in the market. Then the money that they get, they put in that VSLA, they put in their VSLA group, which supports some women. Some women even to an extent they took loans to support themselves with small businesses. That is the small initiative that the group have taken from the Bridges of Peace program.
Okay. Let me add on the Obar's point. The impact of Bridges of Peace program, for me especially, it's on the side of storytelling. These women believe in the power of storytelling because storytelling is like a journey. It's not something we should wait for. It's not something that we should write down, but it's something that we should narrate to each other. It's what we start. I mean, what that we are doing in every minute that we stay. They created this pre-monthly meeting where they will be coming together and share their thoughts, whereby maybe any woman can share an idea, because some of them may deal with something that they need help, but they have the fear of trusting other people. But with the group that we have gone, we have taught so far, they trust each other because they came from different farms, and you hearing from another person's story gave you hope and even gave you that strength of you. If other person can pass through this, how about me? How about the other person? It gave them that power of hope and strength that they can even do things by themselves.
Yeah, thank you, Alba. Okay, for women of Greater Akobo, they have learned on how to save savings. They have learned they like every month they save some small money. Then they go as a group of 5 or 10. They go and visit the other nearer community. So when they do that every month, they will go and check the needy people in the community, and they can help with what they have been contributing.
Let me add on the roles about the livelihood. Like in Greater Obar, we all agreed on maybe they all agreed that they will be meeting up every month of all those things at our street farms, or you have drinks around, and you guys, because this local communities is like taking coffee here. So they form these like VSLA loans, so whereby they will be contributing every month, and they form our women peace farm, whereby it's in Dukpadiet, it is in Dukpoktap, and it is in Panyagora, Bor County as well. And it's all for those 13 women, whereby it's to make them come together every month, whereby you can't carry a burden for so long, because you have people to share, you have people to listen to, and when you have maybe financial problem, they help the other women with their money that they contributed, whereby it was kind of easy for them from their community. Yeah, and they have created some small business scale, whereby those who are in the grassroots community, because this is for a vegetable thing, foods, they all take them from the here, and they take it to the village where they should sell it to other women who are facing a lot of them, and give other women who are passionate about it. Maybe seed tea selling, help those who are widows. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. I think these are very powerful reflections that you have shared, from a safe space of storytelling, transitioning into building sisterhood, into taking initiatives on livelihood, taking initiatives on peace farms, taking initiative on providing, also looking at small businesses that they can do as women to be resilient. Yeah, it's quite interesting to see what the program is doing to the women. But I know for you to become facilitators of Bridges of Peace, you went through a journey. You have experienced the circles and you went through a journey to become facilitators, and you had to go back to your communities now to work with women in the counties, in the Payamas, but even in the Bomas sometimes. So how has being a facilitator, how has engaging with women in this different level and being part of these circles impacted you individually?
Okay, for me is the being with women. For the first time, it was a kind of challenge. But when I interacted with women and I open up with them, now it has become very easy on how we can sit together, share a story together. It has impacted me really on how on how to help, as if they're having issues, how to come in and resolve or bring them together. As two people are having a conflict, then I bring them together, I talk to them peacefully, and I give them with examples like, even if you have been hurt by someone, did for you something bad, should just forgive and then go to the person, explain, and then move forward. It has really been a great impact on seeing women accepting what you are saying. They took it positively. Like whenever I tell them something, they take it positively, and then they try very hard on to put it into practice. Although it is they sometimes they move out of it, but they also remember and come to as forgiveness. They always remind themselves, as if you want to go back to the same problem, but when you remember that we were taught yesterday about forgiveness, so you need to come back and then resolve it and then come together, sit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What impacted me in this journey as a facilitator is that it gave me strength in a way that I want more to add more groups in the future, because recently we haven't picked more Kayams yet, most Bomas, and most some of the counties we haven't reached. So this journey has given me strength, so that I can also boost what I on it, and it has an impact on me, because I was having peer before. Say this, some of them they were they're older than me, and sometimes others are my age mate. So that fear. So, but when I face them, I talk to them, I see something in me. I see a person who might change a community through just this program. Yeah.
What has impacted me on the Bridges of Peace program as a facilitator, maybe this program has impacted me in several ways. You know, as a child raising up, we thought that there's a year that peace will rise. You know, we were waiting for someone to come with peace. But when I started this Bridges of Peace program by facilitating to others, I've seen a lot of different perspectives. It has given me a lot of different perspective of peace, meaning of peace. You know, by then when we are kids, we thought that peace is only the absence of conflict. Meanwhile, it's just a dynamic. It's a process. You know, peace. It gave me that peace is it's a choice. If you choose to have peace, then you will. Or it's a choice for yourself. It's for your community, and it's for your country as well. You know, it gave me that when I see myself as facilitating, I see myself as a agent of change. when I facilitate and see people doing what I said, and they believe in seeing them dancing in different cultures and hugging each other with different payams and let me say clans, it gave me hope that one day it won't stop only with these people, but I wish one day it should go at the country level, because when it can take only the 13 people, maybe next time will be over 36. The day will till it reach to the state level or the country level, then all migrant.
Yeah, that's beautiful. What are some of the challenges that you usually face when you go out to your communities to create these spaces for women?
Okay, some of the challenges that we face as facilitators at airport first, you have that fear will these people really listen to you? Okay, is the challenge as a facilitator. And another challenge, the main challenge is that sometimes accessibility. You as a Bridges of Peace facilitator, you want these services to reach people who are far in the areas, people who really need these services, but accessibility sometimes is a little bit difficult. Yeah, that is a challenge that I face as a facilitator because due to the poor means of transportation and as it.
One of the challenges that we're facing our community, like in my experience that in my field work, it's about the women, when it's when you went into the community whereby maybe you can go to a Payama demonstrator and it's you giving the 13 number, then you mention the targeted groups, they come with different people. Whereby you start facilitating. And the next day the other person will be like, it was me that this person was representing my name. I am the leader and I was in Juba, I was in Bone, so I said let her come and the next time. But we try that because it's not only for the leaders, the Bridges of Peace is for everyone, because we hope that it will reach everyone, not only those targeted 13 people, So explaining to them that it's not only for the leaders, as long as that person represents, next time it will go to the community level at the state level, whereby it can reach even the more leaders, not only from the deep bayams.
Okay. The challenge that I face in Greater Akoba or in Greater Akoba indeed, it's that the government they are in different groups, the parties. Like there is IO, there is IG, and there is government. So if they support us on making the process easier, it will be better. Like, because for example, we have two facilitators, our two ladies, Nyando and Angelina, were arrested in Ayot. Yeah, so if they can make some possibilities for the facilitators to make their work easy, they can intervene in a good way and make and don't trouble the facilitators when they come, especially for the Bridges of Peace program. Yes.
Yes, if and add something again is cultural norms or traditional norms, thereby if they see women have that fear at first to meet as themselves, because they think that a thing, or sometimes the women ask, what are you discussing as women alone? What do you see it as a women alone? What are you discussing? Do you discuss something that is against us? You see, sometimes as a facilitator you have to explain, you have to borrow some of your time. Maybe you're carrying a circle, you have to borrow some of your time to explain to that person, because if you fail to explain to that person the program and the meaning of this meeting, it will invite more people, and which it can create it can make the space not secure for the women. So as we observe, it is traditional now, because there's belief that women don't have shared we call in our Muri language history. Women don't have brain. Maybe if they sit in the circle, what they discuss is maybe their men's something not good. But that's the belief. I think at first that's the challenge to me, because I fear if I put women in the circle, is it not against the traditionals, the norms that people are about, like cultural norms of Murle? There is another challenge.
I'm telling you, I don't know, Obar, maybe I feel there's something in my field work, whereby we map out a location where we will conduct this Bridges of Peace cycle. When we go into the program, these men times they get surprised when they see women gathering. It's like women are gossiping, So when we're in our cycle, because that area was having flooding, so the fan was not there, it has fallen. So they were standing, but some men came up from outside and stand under a tree, And we're just there focusing on what we were talking about. Then the man said, that you women, you don't have respect. How can we see us standing and you all are sitting?
Oh, wow. So how do you usually navigate some of these challenges that you face when running the circles or when planning for the circles?
As I said, the only solution, as I said earlier, is to explain you borrow some of your time to explain to them the meaning of that circle, that the circle is not against them, it benefit the women of the community and the community itself. Yes.
And that too, it's it's not that much because we are two facilitators. When someone comes like the way this man just come, I leave one of my co-facilitator still proceeding with our program, and I went and talked to them. But this is a women program, and it's only for the women. They are interacting on their ways of building community development, but they are not gossiping anything, So some when you talk someone politely, they would understand and respect you instead.
Trust, how are you navigating it?
Yeah, is that you can inform the local authorities, the RRC, and then the women leaders and wing leaders. We give them information of this program that is going to take place. We can make them understand the real programs for women or all the objectives, and then we can briefly tell them, and then maybe from there it will not be a big issue.
Great. I think you are running a very interesting program, but at the same time you have faced or you continue to face a lot of challenges, but despite it you're able to still work with the women, and they're having impact within their communities and within their society, which is great. And just listening to some of your reflection on the work that you do, you say in Bridges of Peace, create space for women, and you only talk to 13 women at the same time, and it's for a reason, and you have 2 facilitators that also help you to address some of the challenges that comes. And maybe to conclude our reflection on the Bridges of Peace, if you can just share, because you have your conversation with these women are guided by specific models. So from these models that is part of the program that you lead, which ones do you think the women usually enjoy being part of from the models?
From the Bridges of Peace modules, it's the change start with me. Yeah. Someone will reflect when they ask you about who is the cause of the problems. Some people find themselves guilty. Why they even decide that we are the cause of the problem. And they have that and the module about forgiveness. Some of them find themselves they are the cause of their own problem, whereby they need to forgive themselves and forgive others too. And the inner healing, because they believe that the burden they carried affect them from doing the positive part in their family and in their community as well.
Okay, for me is that it's understanding peace, because when we explain the model of understanding peace, and we come to when they understand it, it always we give them that peace is when you have peace with yourself, then you have peace with your neighbor. So whenever they have put in mind that whenever they want to do something wrong or they want to cause a problem, so they keep reminding themselves about the peace. How, yeah, if peace is there, how why can we have already been taught about peace, and we know how to practice it, then why are we causing another problem?
Okay, the module that the participants enjoy most, by my observation of the facilitator, is women as peace advocate. And why am I saying this is that for them to keep the peace, or for them to advocate for peace, to become peace ambassador, this should begin within their home. Why this is that the reason is that they see exit issue that they faced before. At the moment now, it is okay. So the found is that as a woman, you should be start advocating peace at your home first, to your family, to your children. So the other one will do the same. So by them advocating for peace, there will be outcome of the peace, because they are advocating for it from different homestead or different payams. Well, so I see this as a model whereby they enjoy it most, and the inner healing, whereby they let things that inside them to heal, but what they are getting from the supper. Yeah, those are the model that they enjoy most.
Great. Now we have been here together for the last 3 days with women from Greater Bibora administrative area, with women from Greater Jonglei. That is basically women from Nuer, women from Murme, women from Dinka community. And we are for a conference that have brought these women together. And some of these women are already working, taking initiatives within their communities. So what stays with you from the conversation that we have had so far for the last 3 days with these women?
Thank you, Minagano. What stay with me is that when we begin the circles, they were exchanging of words, greetings, thank you from the three different language group, and it was interesting. Another thing that it is stay with me is that women were able to cooperate and share their thoughts, especially in these sensitive things concerning the adoption. Which they went wells, they share their ideas based on what they have seen or they have observed, and what based on what it has taken place. So this is something that it is stay with me. A conversation that it is stay with me for these 3 days.
Okay, through the conference, what stays with me is women are happy to see each other. And they have learned new things, like new words from each other, and they are very excited. Like especially for me, I'm so excited to see Murle. I've never seen Murle women in big number. Like, and also I've not seen Murle elderly women. I always see young people like Obar, but I've seen new people and many old women, and that's what stays in me. So it is very excited to see them, and also from the other women, other group.
Apart from the women conference, I've observed a lot from different community. What made me the most is that most of them has learned different cultures. They say now from those communities, Murle know a beautiful thing about Dika culture, and likewise to now Nuer and Murle, you know. It was one of the things that amused me because you can't stay with someone that you know don't know the culture, you know. It brings trust, you know, for us to trust each other and talk confidently without fear or taking for granted. You know, because at times if you don't know someone's culture, you fear. It's like if you want to talk freely, it's like you will be against someone's culture, you know. So it's one of the things that amused me. And from the first day, you know, we talked about most of the conversation that women talked about. It was about child abduction, you know.
So this conference has brought women in these three communities for the very first time to come together and to discuss about wide range of issues. And you, as Brigades of Peace facilitators, you have been facilitating or moderating most of the group discussions in the conference. So what are some of the highlights that are coming from the conversations in the women's group? What are they talking about, and what is giving you inspiration out of these group discussions that you have been facilitating?
Okay. What gives me what inspired me the most is that about the topics that they discussed, the abduction, they were all willing to take their roles. You know, when they go back, they do what they have discussed. Everyone has someone's else child. We bring it back to the family. Yeah, and the willingness, the love and togetherness.
And for my observation, third on Floyd's point, the women were willing to cooperate, you know, because they believe in power of many hands and said for them only the Dinka community to focus themselves, but they said it's all of them that will have that concentration that will control them in doing whatever thing that will be concerning the child abduction. Yeah.
What inspired me is that the motherhood that they have, because when I observe and when I see by their presentation is that what is going on, the lack of peace or insufficient peace that people are having an adoption, it is something that is being put to all of them. No one is lacking this thing. So the motherhood that they have is that, and the motherhood that they have enable them to speak out many things and maybe take action in future concerning the oppression of the child. Because many, they say that if we go back to our community, we'll start cooperating with the other women on the ground concerning the adoption of the kid. If they bring a child which is not yours, you should take that child back. If not back, to the authority. So the mother will really inspire me.
Yeah, so you've mentioned like shared pain among these three communities, but also the commitment to try to address issues of abduction together and how they can find ways to work with each other. So why do you think it's important for women to come together in such spaces?
It is important because per observation is that they point out things that it is them women supporting this thing. In which way? If they bring a child, a woman will relate. That is one. If because the son will sell that exchange that child with the kettles, which will bring back to the family. I think that's a family wealth. Another thing is that if a child go and ride the other community, if they bring back if a child go and ride the other community and bring a child back, it is a woman who told that person that if you go to that place, please, if there's something you should at least close your hands. Meaning of the closing the hand is to bring something so that she can exchange something with the cattle that she up with that thing, I think that's a child, because maybe that woman lack a son or a daughter. That woman need a daughter, which that person will get. That will encourage, another person will encourage. So by pointing it out, it is something good. Yeah.
To add on Obar's point is that women are the one who are facing the pain. They're the one who are feeling the pain the most. Because when you have someone else's child with you, the pain that the mother is going through, it's the woman that get that. So it is a quite challenge on how to keep other families, other children away from their families.
Yeah. Hello. Deciding on their decision. From the conversation that I had with some group, most women, whereby they said what's happening in our communities about the child abduction, it's surprise, it's reducing the number of population, whereby because they mentioned some community where they take children to other, it's mean that it's only a barren woman that make that child, But later on, when they come and take that child, they take all with the cattle, because some of them take their child to the cattle farm, but not to the town where the child will be educated or what, They take the child all with the cows, and it leads to that. When you see that they have taken a child back, you run with guns or weapon, you get anywhere at the roadside, you kill that person, which it's only women that are grieving. They stayed in grief and in pain, The person who take that child as a burden, you bought that child with your band, and bring the child at home. But when their people come back, they pick it with everything that you had at home. You remain with zero, with nothing in hand, So you even feel that you want a revenge. It's not for the child, but what you had, what you have been suffered for. But it's related to death. Yeah, so that's why they decided to avoid only. They are not avoiding this, or not only because it's only their child, but it's for the community well-being. It's involved many people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys have shared interesting points where the women are not only blaming, but they're also looking within themselves and how they have contributed to these challenges within their community as far as abduction is concerned. So were there any moments during the conference that you felt there was a little bit of tension between the women from these communities? Have you noticed anything like that?
In my group, in our group, when women are mixed together, Koba and Mer Denka and Murle, there was no big tension, but there are some words that can. Some of them were speaking. Then when this word comes out, maybe it will react. It will make the other community to react on what. But it was normal. It was normal. Yeah, they understand each other.
I think things were normal because they were not touching their past. If they could have touched their past, I think the conversation will be not. It will not be good, because it is their past that they create what it is today. They say so. By observation, it went all smoothly because we were present there. We knew what they were coming to do.
For my organization, the group was going smoothly because they coming the three communities together and shared. It's like for my thought, maybe the Dinga community were waiting what will the Murleu Nuer say against them, but not knowing that all of them were having the same point. All of them were so passionate about peace and bringing a positive change. Yeah, so it was good and good.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful to hear that and to also be part of this conference and to see the energy in the room and that these women are really positive and encouraged by the work for peace. And I think the conference will conclude in the next 2 days and the conversations will continue. So what do you look forward to in the next 2 days? And I think, yeah.
What I look forward to for the remaining 2 days is for them to come with a solid solution to the circling thing concerning the child abduction or adoption. That's what I'm looking forward to, a solid one. Not for them only to maybe to come and want to share or back to the community and listen the same thing to happen, but to come up with a solid thing that you maybe reduce, if not reduce, maybe stop the child adoption or the adoption.
For me, it's what they have been said about the positive answers. You should put them into practice. As they have said that they are going to exchange some numbers. They have contact to each community. Yeah, that's how it is now.
From the high observation is that for the next 2 days, some of the women mentioned that they will have this, they wanted to form a group of these 3 community that they will be meeting up after every 3 months. And it shouldn't be only in Cuba, but in their local areas, so that it should reach the parent level, whereby other women who didn't hear about this at least should get some point.
Well, amazing conversations, and I think great things to look forward to. We will get to see at the end of the conference whether some of the things that you look forward to would really come to fruition. But I believe also the world does not end in the conference. So maybe if you have any final remark that you would like to share on the role of women in leadership in just 30 seconds.
Okay, what maybe I want to pass through is to pass out is that development or education or the peace that we have in our areas will not be there if we have discrimination. If we have inequality, and if we have things that it will affect the youth, it won't be there. So as women, let's take what we have learned here seriously. Let's take what action we have here seriously so that it can benefit our children. We're not talking about this generation only, the generation that will come. It will come later. Okay. If we keep on having this, if we keep on ignoring these things that maybe you go back to your community and you will not you will not take the action of what you have said, your children will not be safe. If you say maybe mine is, let's say for instance, women from Bible, they can say mine are safe. She's not safe. Yeah. Thank you. She's not safe. Yeah. Thank you.
Rose?
Okay. For me, is that when we keep supporting these women, when we support them, you be with them on the ground, you go and stay with them, and we make them feel that they are people, they are very important, they can get good things. That only will really help.
Thank you, Rose. Aluel?
For me, is the power of communication. The voice of children, the youth, and the women. If we sees into their lives in our community, it's them that it affected. It's children's life that is being affected, women's life, and the youth as well. So it's better for us to hear their voice, because for me, to my observation, they are the power agent in our community. Whereby if we don't take their voice into consideration, they will not be shamed. They will not be changed in our community.
Thank you, Aluel, and thanks to all of you for joining me today and sharing the work that you are doing as Bridges of Peace, but also your experiences in the Jonglei-GPAA Women's Conference. And for me, my final takeaway would be from your reflection of the inner peace, or peace begins with me. Thanks for those who are watching us. You will continue to follow us at www.ofss.org for more information and podcasts on the work that we do.